Good day, panelists. We are Group 3. I'd like to welcome you today. The title of our science investigatory project is 6-in-1 Self-Protection Device for Pandemic. We have alcohol dispenser, mask dispenser, facial dispenser, contactless temperature scanner, bag sanitizer, and footwear sanitizer. I'm Justine Arcabansac, and I'm here to introduce to you the background of the study of our investigatory project. The outbreak of the virus changed our lives, classes being suspended, everyone on quarantine, and of course, a lot of new rules and laws. Obeying these rules are the major problem of our society today. Under any circumstances, a lot of people still find it hard to follow these rules, especially the social distancing, wearing of face masks and face shields. Due to this problem, our research aims to help people obey these rules and also help people to practice obeying the rules and regulation for their own safety then lessen the spread of the virus.
We already know that COVID-19 is very big impact on our country because many people suffer, starving people, and most of all people lost their jobs when we locked down here in our country because of increasing cases of COVID-19 here in our country. These are the questions that made by the researchers. First is, how effective is the device in terms of dispensing and withdrawing PPE? Body temperature scanning, and alcohol spray. Second is how our device lessen the effect of the pandemic. And lastly, how effective is the use of the sensor to lessen skin-to-skin contact. Thank you.
The increase of COVID-19 cases from all over the world justifies the great need for a more advanced technology that could help seize the virus. The reason why this study is significant can be explained in four aspects since this equipment has four subsystems. The contactless thermometer, which is mandatory, the disinfectant, which kills germs with ease, the face shield dispenser, which is mandatory and is part of the protocol, and the mask dispenser, which is for everyone and is free of use. The research will concentrate on using the sensors to build the device. Aside from that, the device will also be using LED lights for the device to work much properly and to ensure safety, and ID scanner to prevent hoarding of the PPT and abuse of the device. The research will not be including other self-protection equipment other than the mask, face shield, alcohol, contactless temperature scanner, bag disinfector, and footwear sanitizer. The six systems of this equipment will come in handy, especially with the increase of COVID cases every day.
Good day, I am Caitlin Valencia and I will discuss the materials needed for this research. First, we have 16 by 2 LCD display with I2C, 12 volts power supply adapter, 8 pieces LED lights, 5 pieces UV light, 3 pieces IR sensor, 3 pieces nozzle spray, 3 pieces for number 22, 2 pieces peristaltic pump, 2 pieces 5 volts relay module, 2 pieces on and off switch, female jack, Arduino Mega, LCD, water, chlorine, rug, alcohol, face shield in a box, RFID sensor, mask, contactless temperature sensor, galvanized steel, laptop, and microserver.
Good afternoon, I'm Arwen Mejia and I will be discussing our conceptual framework. So here's our conceptual framework. First, gathering of materials. It is essential in every research to have all the materials needed. Since the research is going to have 6 devices individually, after gathering every materials, it is going to be separated or distributed into those devices. For building these devices, the steps will start by building their cases, in which the researchers will be using galvanized steel. The process in building this device will start from what is at the very top of the device and going down. So first is building the ID scanner, followed by the building of the bag sanitizer, contactless temperature scanner, alcohol dispenser, mask dispenser, face shield dispenser, and the building of the footwear sanitizer. In building the mask dispenser, face shield dispenser, and bag sanitizer, a UV light will be used to ensure its safety and to disinfect. In addition to that, the face shield and face mask dispenser will be using LED lights, which will indicate if there is still a mask inside. Red means empty and green means it is still good to go. While in the building of the water sanitizer, while in the building of the footwear sanitizer, a mixture of water and chlorine will serve as a sanitizer. The coding and programming comes next after the building of the device, in which this process is a trial and error. And lastly, observation. The effectiveness of the device will be observed by putting the device in a public place and letting people to try the device and also asking for their feedback and insights.
Good day everyone, I'm Kiran Joseph Cantolita and I'm going to tell you about the devices inside the 6-in-1 device. First, we have a contactless temperature scanner. This scans our temperature if it is high or low. We always need to check our temperature because one of the symptoms of COVID-19 is fever. Next is the alcohol dispenser. We can disinfect our hands with alcohol by using this device. We always need to sanitize our hands to prevent getting COVID-19 in our hands because we can't see the virus. After that, we have a face mask dispenser. This device gives us surgical face masks to protect us from getting the COVID-19. We also have the face shield dispenser. It is one of the protections from getting COVID-19 by protecting our whole face. Let us not forget the floor mat/foot rug. This is where we place our feet if we are going to use the 6-in-1 device. The footwear sanitizer cleans the floor mat or foot rug after the user leaves the 6-in-1 device after 5 to 10 seconds. The bag disinfector is where we put our bags in and it automatically disinfects the bag because it could contain deadly viruses. Moving on, the ID scanner scans the ID of the person using the device. This monitors the face mask and face shield to only one per person. We have a servo motor for the door of the bag sanitizer. This will automatically open after the bag gets sanitized. The power switch/button turns on the whole device if you are going to use it. The laptop monitor shows the persons who have used the 6-in-1 device before. Last but not the least, we have our LCD display. This LCD will show instructions to the user like scanning your ID and putting your bag in a bag disinfector. That's all for our blueprint. Thank you for listening.
This project will require materials that has to be purchased in order to be completed. Therefore, the research has conducted the cost analysis for the project. It includes a 12 volts power supply adapter which costs 300 pesos, a DC male and female jack adapter each costing 7 pesos a piece, 2 pieces of on and off switch with wire costing 20 pesos, an FS90 micro servo costing 199 pesos and 75 centavos, an Arduino Mega costing 599 pesos, an LCD that is 199 pesos, a peristaltic pump that is 300 pesos, two 5 volts relay module that costs 300 pesos, 3 pieces of wire number 22 with a length of 5 meters which all in all costs 300 pesos, 3 pieces of IR sensors which all in all costs 1200 pesos, 8 pieces of LED lights which all in all costs 24 pesos accompanied with 8 ohm resistors which all in all costs 48 pesos. 5 pieces of UV lights where all of it costs 100 pesos. A contactless temperature sensor that costs 425 pesos. And a 16 by 2 LCD display which costs 250 pesos. A piezoelectric buzzer costing 49 pesos. An RFID reader costing 349 pesos. 500 grams of chlorine granules which costs 40 pesos. A doormat costing 29 pesos, and 3 nozzle sprays where it costs 390 pesos. All of these gives a total of 5,478 pesos and 75 centavos to create this project.
Now for our schematic diagrams. The wirings are not that simple. We have the relays, the sensors, and the buzzer connected to the pins, which takes up a lot of the coding. The LED comes in play due to the separation of the pins that is connected to the wires. The wirings being separated has its good sides. For example, if one breaks, the whole system isn't disrupted